Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Nasuha Binti metric number S54832. Today I will present my final year project 2. I have chosen to do a research about non-governmental humanitarian aid logistics success or failure in Kelantan. Recently, Malaysia was shocked by severe flash floods at the end of 2021 in Klang and February 2022 in Rantau Panjang, Kelantan, which has caused severe damage to homes and vehicles and claimed several lives. In this study, researchers have identified objectives to achieve throughout this study, that is to identify the success or failure of NGOs in delivering the logistics of humanitarian aid to disaster victims in Kelantan. For the research questions, the researcher have to identify why NGO success or failure to deliver humanitarian aid logistics as a research question. The researcher will study the factors that cause success and failure in sending humanitarian aid logistics, such as excessive or unhelpful donations and lack of transportation management. Next, for the scope of study have been discussed about factors that cause success or failure in sending humanitarian aid logistics. This is because there are a handful of flood victims who cannot receive the assistance they deserve due to these factors. In addition, assistance cannot be channeled when the people of Kelantan are trapped in a relatively severe flood situation. The floods in Kelantan at the end of 2014 were an unexpected disaster by the Malaysian government as the worst floods in Malaysia. Other than that, the study we will conduct in Kelantan because Kelantan is a state that often experiences flood disasters. Next significance of study based on the selected title non-government organization humanitarian aid logistics success or failure can benefit other readers. Among the benefits that can be obtained through this study is to provide awareness to other communities, especially communities that have never experienced in this flood disaster. In addition, it can add knowledge to volunteers involved in disasters that these are attack of disaster victims not getting help. In addition, the community can also add knowledge by reading this research because this research contains reading material referenced in selected journal. Besides, qualitative methodologies will be used in this study to collect data in order to better comprehend concepts, attitudes, and experience. The respondents for this research study is an NGO that is experienced in managing humanitarian aid during disasters. The questionnaire is in the form of a Google form. The researcher has chosen snowball sampling, which is a non-probability sampling method. Snowball sampling is a method of recruiting participants for a test or study in which participants themselves serve as recruiters. After data have been collected, the next step is to analyze them to test research questions. After that, data analysis is routinely done with statistical package for social science SPSS system. SPSS has software programs that can create surveys, questionnaire design. In SPSS, many tests will be used, for example, normality tests, reliability tests, descriptive analysis. Next, for discussion, from data it shows many people around age 31 until 40 years old will answer this questionnaire, and there are more male than female have been responded. From data part, duration of normality tests will also to determine whether the data is normally distributed or not. If your p-value are small enough to declare statistically significant. From the data analysis, especially for normality tests, significant under heading Kolmogorov-Smirnov. Before that, a reliability test is run to know the questionnaire is reliability or not, which is can see by Cronbach alpha. For reliability variable is 0.8 to 5, it means that variable is good. Then descriptive analysis be run to know the frequency for answer, and a few tests like chi-square and cross-coalesce also have been done. Besides, recommendation for future research, which is researcher should concentrate on a bigger sample size. To explain this research in better way, it is important to find more additional factors in success or failure to deliver humanitarian aid logistics. Then, random sampling must be avoided because this will be affect the collected of data. In conclusion, the research examines about non-governmental humanitarian aid logistic success or failure in Kelantan. The researcher collected data from 100 respondents around Kelantan. The data were collected by a structured questionnaire and analyzed through IBNS PSS statistical. The relationship between dependent variables and independent variables was assessed by all above tests in SPSS system.